Hello students, today we are going to discuss about two topics, and that is plastids and ribosomes. Plastids are the organelles which are found in all plant cells and even in the euglenoids. It is large sized and easily observable under the microscope. They contain some pigments. Okay, due to that some color pigments will be present in the based on the pigment present in that particular plastids that can be divided into three groups, and that is chloroplast. Here you can see it is a chloroplast. Okay, then a chromoplast, then leucoplast. So by this way three types of plastids are found normally. Now first of all let me define all three type of plastids first. So first of all chloroplast. It will contain chlorophyll and carotenoid pigments. These are the main pigments found in the chloroplast. This chlorophyll will be green in color and carotenoid will be orange in color, orange to reddish in color, and they are specifically trap the light energy, and for that purpose they will do a photosynthesis. They can trap the light, and that's why they are very important organelle for the photosynthesis. The main role of a chloroplast will be photosynthesis. Then second one is a chromoplast. It will contain a fat soluble carotenoid pigments like carotene, then xanthophyll. Okay, this gives a yellow to orange or reddish color, okay, to any plant portion. Then that is the chromoplast. Then third one is a leucoplast. Leuco, that means colorless. Okay, a colorless plastids are considered as a leucoplast. So what is the definition? These are colorless plastids of varied of shapes and size, and it will be stored the nutrient. Means the stored nutrient will be considered as a leucoplast, and they will include three types. Okay, here you can see three type of leucoplast may be there. Amyloplast, if stored food is a starch, then it is considered as amyloplast, which is present in the potato. Then alloplast, that is stored oils or fats. Then alluroplast, that will be stored the proteins. So by this way you can say leucoplast can be divided into three groups. If they store the starch, then it is considered amyloplast, example potato. If they store oils and fats, then it is considered alloplast. Then alluroplast means they can store the proteins. Let me summarize all types of plastids here. So here you can see this is a plastids and types of the plastids. Okay, so first type of a plastid is ischioplast, and that will be a crystalline prolamellar bodies and precursor of a chlorophyll. Okay, by using these plastids, the chlorophyll will be formed. Then second one is the chromoplast, that will be a pigment synthesis and storage. Okay, then chloroplast, that is a photosynthesis and the lipid synthesis. These are the functions. Okay, so functions of a chloroplast will be a photosynthesis, that is the main function, and second is a lipid synthesis. Then leucoplast, synthesis of fatty acids and the amino acids. Then amyloplast, storage of starch and sugars. Ileoplast, that is a storage of lipids and oils. Alloplast, that is a storage of lipids and oils. Then proteinoplast, that is called a sites of a enzyme or a protein activity. So first of all, let me discuss in detail about the chloroplasts. So these are the double membrane bound organelles, and specifically these are not the part of an endomembrane system, just like a mitochondria. Mitochondria and chloroplasts both are not the part of an endomembrane system. Okay, so these both are individual organelles and they are working individually. So these are double membrane bound organelle mainly found in the mesophyll cells of the leaves. Okay, mesophyll tissue is the tissue which contain chlorophylls, and such a tissue is considered as a mesophyll cells or mesophyll tissue which are present in the leaves. Okay, these are lens shaped, oval, spherical, discoid, ribbon like organelles. Means these type of shapes you can found. Okay, different type of cell will have different type of chloroplast. So length may be a 5 to 10 micrometer, width may be a 2 to 4 micrometer. The number varies from 1, means some cell may have a 1 chloroplast, and maybe some cell may have 20 to 40 depending on the type of a cell. So here one is found in the we can say the example in which one chloroplast will found, and that is a chlamydomonas, that is a green alga, and 20 to 40 per cells will found in the mesophyll tissue. Just like a mitochondria, chloroplast also having a double membrane layer, and that's why here also inner membrane is there, outer membrane is there. Okay, so inner membrane of a chloroplast is less permeable. The space limited by the inner membrane of the chloroplast is called stroma. Okay, inner side is called stroma. It contains a number of organized flattened membranous sacs, okay, and that is called thylakoid. Here you can see a stack of a coin-like stack, okay, that is called a thylakoids. Membrane of a thylakoid enclose a space and that is called lumen. Inside the thylakoid, wherever the membrane is there, enclosed space is there and that is called lumen. Okay, chlorophyll pigment are present in the thylakoid. Here you can see this is the thylakoid inside which a chlorophyll pigment will be present. So here you can see this is a membrane bound or we can say double membrane bound organelle, and here a stack of coins like you can observe, and these all are considered as a thylakoid. Okay, so this is the thylakoid. Okay, here you can see this is the thylakoid. Surrounding that there is a stroma, outer membrane, inner membrane. Whole stack of the coin like thylakoid is called granum. Okay, and intermembrane space may be also there. Okay, so by this way, this is the structure of a chloroplast. Thylakoids are arranged in a stack called the grana. Here you can see this is the stack of a thylakoid and combinedly it is called granum. Okay, and that is a stack of a thylakoid, or also it is called as a intergranal thylakoids. There are a flat membranous tubule and that is called stroma lamellae. Okay, and it will be connecting the thylakoids of the different grana. Here you can see, okay, this is the stack, one stack, this is the another stack. In between the whatever the connections are there, it is called stroma lamellae. The stroma contains small double-stranded circular DNA molecule. As I told you, this is not the part of endomembrane system. This is the individual organelle and self-replicating organelle, and that's why they have their own DNA. That is a double-stranded circular DNA molecule. Even they possess their own ribosomes, okay, and enzyme for the synthesis of carbohydrates and the protein synthesis. Okay, the ribosomes which are present, their personal ribosome which are present inside the chloroplast will be smaller than the cytoplasmic ribosome. Okay, as you can compare it with the mitochondria. Inside the mitochondria there were ribosomes, that is a 70S ribosome, and inside the cytoplasm there is a ribosome, that is a 80S ribosome. So by this way, inside the chloroplast also there are ribosomes which is found of a type 70S. Okay, that is a 70 Svedberg unit, and outside that whatever, this is the eukaryotic cell. Okay, so eukaryotic cytoplasm will have 80S, that is a 80 Svedberg unit type. Let me summarize the structure by using this diagram. So first of all, this is the outer membrane. As I told you, a chloroplast is a double membrane structure. So this is the outer membrane. Okay, then inner side you can see this is the inner membrane. Okay, and here you can see a stack like a coin like stacks. Okay, one on the another. Okay, so this is called thylakoids particularly or individually, and all together, which is this, okay, all stacked together is called granum. Okay, and these are the lumen inside the thylakoid. Whatever the space is there, it is called lumen. Okay, inside which chlorophyll is filled. Okay, and outer other portion inside the space you can see, other than the thylakoid and grana, whatever you can see, this is called a stroma. The outer side of the thylakoid or a granum, that is called stroma. Here in this slide you can see a different part of a chloroplast will have different function. So here you can see what is the function of a stroma. It has the appropriate enzymes and a suitable pH for the Calvin cycle. Calvin cycle is a part of a photosynthesis. Okay, so whatever the photosynthesis dark reaction occur is called Calvin cycle inside the stroma. Okay, so related to the Calvin cycle, whatever enzymes are needed and suitable environment in terms of pH will be inside the stroma. So it has appropriate enzymes and suitable pH for the Calvin cycle. Okay, and the thylakoid, which is filled with the chlorophyll, has a ETC, that is the electron transport chain, and ATP synthase. Okay, for photophosphorylation. Here photophosphorylation occur in presence of light. Okay, so related that all the required enzymes and the channels of the proteins will be found in the thylakoid. Then next is a granum. It is a flat membrane stacks, increase surface area or volume ratio, and small internal volumes quickly accumulate the ions. This is the main function of the granum. Okay, then here you can see lamella in between, the interconnection between the grana. Okay, that is a lamella, and that connect the separate thylakoid stacks. Here this is the separate stack, this is also separate stack. All stack together will be connected by using lamella. Okay, this is a main performance or a main function of this lamella. It will connect in separate thylakoid stack, and that is a grana. Then double membrane is evidence for the endosymbiosis. Okay, this is one history. Okay, independent origin, and we will learn in detail in next lectures. By using this diagram, let me try to understand how chloroplasts play a very important role during photosynthesis. So be very clear, photosynthesis is not continuous phenomena. Okay, photosynthesis comprises of two stages, that is a light reaction and dark reaction. So inside the thylakoid or inside the chloroplast, you will see very clear cut work distribution among the component of the chloroplast. So you know very well, inside the chloroplast there is a grana. Okay, and there is a stroma. So inside the grana there is the chlorophyll, it is filled, and that's why light related the phenomena or light related reactions will be occur inside the grana, or we can say inside the thylakoid membrane. Inside the stroma, dark reaction of photosynthesis will occur, and that is called Calvin cycle. So by this way you can understand, inside the thylakoid grana, or we can say stack of a thylakoid, light reaction will occur, and inside the stroma dark reaction will occur. So let me understand, this is the light reaction in the thylakoid membrane, produce O2, okay, that is oxygen, ATP and NADPH2. So inside this region of a chloroplast, light reaction will occur. Inside the stroma, the Calvin cycle in the stroma uses CO2, ATP and NADPH2 to make carbohydrates such as sugar, and by this way these both reaction together complete the photosynthesis and sugar will be. Another important organelle is ribosomes. So these are the non-membranous granular structure, and it is composed of ribonucleic acid, that is the RNA, and protein. Okay, so RNA along with the protein will form ribosomes. Okay, and you know very well, we have already discussed these ribosomes may be present along with the endoplasmic reticulum, even it may be present inside the mitochondria, and even they are present in the chloroplast, and also they are also found in the cytoplasm as a free structures. Okay, free ribosome. So ribosome associated with the rough endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria and chloroplast, and these ribosomes was first observed by the scientist George Palade and Desai in 1953. Okay, George Palade had observed this organelle, okay, for the first time, and that's why these organelle also considered as a Palade's particle or Palade's grain. We had already discussed about the types of ribosomes, and that is a eukaryotic, how eukaryotic ribosomes may be differentiated from prokaryotic, but let me revise here also. So eukaryotic ribosomes has a two subunit, that is a 60 Svedberg unit, and that is a large subunit of a eukaryotic ribosome, and second Svedberg unit is a 40A Svedberg unit, and that is a small subunit. Okay, together they will form 80 Svedberg unit. Okay, here you can see 40S or a smaller subunit, and this is the large subunit, that is 60S. 40S is actually made up of 16S rRNA and 30 proteins together. So by forming these two, it will generate a 40S subunit. Okay, then here is 60S is actually made up of 28S rRNA, 5.8S rRNA and 5S rRNA, and even they will have a. So this is your homework for today's lecture, and before we finish this lecture, let me summarize all topic by using one animation video. So look at this video.
Apart from ribosomes and mitochondria, plastids are also one of the most important cytoplasmic organelles in plants. They are bound by a double membrane and contain pigments that impart specific colors to plants. Based on the pigments they possess, plastids can be classified as chloroplasts, chromoplasts, and leucoplasts. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll and carotenoid pigments that capture light energy needed for photosynthesis. Moreover, chlorophyll also imparts a green color to the leaves. Found mostly in the mesophyll cells of the leaves, chloroplasts have a length of 5 to 10 millimeters and a width of 2 to 4 millimeters. A cell can contain a single chloroplast, as seen in Chlamydomonas, or multiple chloroplasts, as seen in a green alga cell. Morphological studies about chloroplast reveal that they possess an outer membrane and an inner membrane, with the inner membrane being less permeable than the outer membrane. Stroma, the space enclosed by the inner membrane, contains double-stranded circular DNA molecules, 70S ribosomes, and enzymes required for the synthesis of carbohydrates and proteins. Stroma also contains thylakoids, flattened membranous sacs containing chlorophyll pigment in their lumen, the space enclosed by the thylakoid membranes. Around 20 to 50 thylakoids are stacked like piles of coins, forming grana or intergranal thylakoids. The thylakoids of different grana are connected to each other by flat membranous tubules called stroma lamellae. Did you know that chloroplasts as well as mitochondria are known as semi-autonomous organelles as they possess their own DNA? Chromoplasts, another type of plastids found in plant cells, contain fat-soluble carotenoid pigments such as carotene and xanthophylls that give red, yellow and orange color to plant parts. The third type of plastids, leucoplasts, are colorless plastids that store nutrients such as carbohydrates and fats. Based on the type of nutrient stored, leucoplasts can be classified as amyloplasts, eleoplasts, and aleuroplasts. While amyloplasts store carbohydrates such as starch in potato, eleoplasts store oils and fats. On the other hand, aleuroplasts, which are usually found in food grains, store proteins. The various plastids found in plants not only impart color to the plants, but also store nutrients and play a role in photosynthesis. Thus we find that ribosomes, mitochondria and plastids are important organelles taking part in vital functions of the cell such as protein synthesis, respiration and photosynthesis. In 1953, George Pallard was observing a cell under an electron microscope when he noticed a few dense particles in the cytoplasm of the cell. Today, we know these particles as ribosomes. These granular and non-membrane bound structures, composed of ribosomal RNA and proteins, are found in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. They synthesize proteins by attaching to a single messenger RNA to form a chain called a polyribosome or polysome, and ultimately translate mRNA into proteins in both eukaryotes and prokaryotes. While eukaryotic ribosomes are 80S and composed of 40S and 60S subunits, prokaryotic ribosomes are 70S and composed of two subunits, 30S and 50S. Apart from the cytoplasm, ribosomes also occur on the rough endoplasmic reticulum, in chloroplasts in plants, as well as within the mitochondria.
In next lecture, we will learn three topics, and that is the cytoskeleton, cilia and the flagella, and centrosome and centriole. Okay, so till that, goodbye.